Good morning, everyone. Did anyone get an email today? Hey, Eduardo, Robert, Richard, Dennis, Arturo, Debbie, Jill, good morning. Thanks, Bodine. Thanks, Robert. Hey, Stephen. Thanks, Brandon. Pat, good morning. Benjamin, Javad, John, Nicholas, Harold, Doris, Fred, got Anthony. Slow day so far. Very slow day. Hey, Kevin. Sorry, I'm thought we might be doing something. Then it said, market said, no, don't worry about it. We're not. It'd be very funny if we actually start moving over lunch when we haven't moved all morning, when typically there's no volume over lunch. But you never know. Sometimes things are just a little bit backwards. It's okay. We'll take the money where we can get it. Oh, welcome, Richard. First time here. Oh, very nice. New diamond member. VIX just broke the low. So if you were hoping for the market to go up, that's getting a little more likely for now. Yeah, the sound's on. Can you hear me? I know people can hear me because they answer my question. Yeah. Yeah, you can hear me. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 and welcome. Hopefully, you guys could hear me okay. Sorry, I'm a minute late. Hello, Vertuvian, Graham, Jody, David. David said, I send you an email on AlphaZone Pro. I was hoping when you could have a minute, you could take a look. Did you get it, Matt?
Let me check.
Raj, hello there. Let's say hello to everybody on here on YouTube. HG, hello, HG. Jill, Tammy, Robert, John, Michael, Christopher, Diana. I also asked about AZP. Yeah, yours I haven't had a chance to pass on to Matt yet. HG, I'll do that. He's been a little backed up, but I want to make sure. I know that David sent it to me a little while or before that, so I want to make sure that he's got it. Uh, Moondog is in the house. Jean is in the house. Jim says, wondering in Trading Pit have regular option trades for smaller traders. They can't. Option trade tier three. Sorry, Jim. I'm trying to understand your question. Wondering in Trading Pit, have regular option trades for smaller traders
Instead of maybe the spreads you're doing.
not really doing any spreads. Those are bonus spreads. I
So
haven't really done those in a week or two. Just buy shares, trade tier three stocks. Can't option trade. Yeah, then just do shares. Basically, what you're saying is if there's not enough liquidity, just do shares. Could never go wrong doing shares, Jim. Seriously. Yeah. Hey, Robert. Hey, John. I was just trying to understand your question so I can give you a coherent answer. Hey, Naples fan, how are you? Clyde's doing well. He was sitting up and meditating when I was leaving the house today. He was actually looking pretty good. He was doing well, doing well. He's a little upset. He's upset about the current global economic environment. That's what he's upset about. Hey, let me share my screen. Underwater basket weaving is going really well. Clyde, you know why Clyde is upset? I'll tell you why Clyde is upset. Because the market's doing nothing. Look at this. Hey, Dave. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, this is like literally like watching paint dry, right? He's a Scottish fold. Mia and him are both Scottish fold. Yeah, I love Scottish folds. I have two Persians, miniature Persians, and two Scottish folds. And to be truthful with you, the Scottish folds are much better. The Persians are very skittish. The Scottish folds are not. Clyde. When we have a party, Clyde likes to parade. He's very social. Yeah, but this market is just Rip Van Winkle time, right? There's nothing going on. Uh, you're welcome, Cheryl. It has long wicks. Look like your chart has long wicks also. Yeah, this is from Matt has to fix this. This is from these are just incorrect wicks. They're not good. They're not good wicks. Okay? They're not good wicks. This is bad price data. You could just go up right here, correct bar, and you could here. You can put in the correct values and apply, and it'll fix it. Okay, just so you know, you could fix this. Just right click on the bar, and I just haven't had a chance to fix this one. I fixed the other one, but I haven't had a chance to fix this one yet. Yeah, yeah. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, so oh, see my see, let me show you. I was just on YouTube and my video quality was at 720. Change your video quality to 1080. You'll be able to see everything much better, much clearer, especially when we're looking at charts. Yes, gold is doing well, which is not really great for the economy, but it is doing well right now. As you guys know, we just have one position in the pit. We don't have a huge exposure right now. Adam says, "You're so negative. Trump has it all figured out. Tariffs will make us all rich." You know, Adam, it's very funny, but you know what? What I'll give you a riddle. What is Walmart, Decker's Outdoor, Decker? What is it called? Decker. What's the company for Deckers? Decker
SWK.
SWK. What's the full name of the company? Do you know?
Stanley Black and
Stanley
Decker.
Stanley Stanley Decker. Stanley Decker. What does Stanley Decker? What does Walmart? And what does Adidas have in common? Adam? Can you answer my question? Let's see if anybody can answer my question. Imported from China, consumer discretionary. Oh, no, no. You guys are way overthinking it. They were the three companies that came out publicly and said they're all increasing their prices because of tariffs in the last 24 hours. Low operating margin. Yeah, they're going to be now. It's very interesting. I'm going to tell you something interesting that I found out. Now, till this time, our president has been telling us that the whole purpose of tariffs is that foreign countries are going to be absorbing them, right? So that America can be better off. Now, last time I checked, and I know this is very controversial, but last time I checked, Walmart was an American company. But am I right, Matt, or have they switched to Baba
Nope,
now?
I think you're right.
As a matter of fact, they're a aren't they the whole Magna company? Aren't they like one of the biggest supporters for Trump?
Oh no, I don't keep up with that.
Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you at all. But remember what I told you. Mexico, the tariffs are going to be paid exactly how the wall of Mexico was paid for. And that, folks, is your money. And I told you that a long time ago, by the way. There's no trade deals. Of course not, Adam. It's all a bunch of cockamamie nonsense. Are not from China. Walmart increasing price of U.S. products. Tell the whole truth. Um, tell the whole truth. I'm telling you the truth. They said that they're not going to absorb the tariffs and they're going to raise prices. What does that have to do with American products? Let's stick to the, Rochelle, let's stick to the facts. China. Let's stick with tariffs. China. Not America. Not America. That's a whole different issue right there. Okay. Not good. So, do you guys wear Adidas? Yes, you do. Do you use Stanley Black and Decker? Yes, you do. And do you buy at Walmart? Yes, you do. That's a problem because here's the thing: if Walmart has to pick up the slack, guess who ultimately is going to pay for it? We all know the answer to that. Are not China want increasing price on American products? No tariffs on U.S. product. Walmart is increasing price on American products. No tariffs on U.S. products. What? Rochelle, I think you need to go to the news and read a little bit. I think you'll be surprised at what you see. So that means basically Trump is saying that America is going to pay the tariffs. Okay. And by the way, as I mentioned this morning, the Walmart profit margin is 3.4%. So how are they going to play with this 10% tariff? How? Okay. I just made there's no U.S. made coffee. Tariffs may put me in the poorhouse. There you go, Bodine. All right. So I wanted to cover a lot of questions with you guys. Let me cover them. There was a lot of questions I got the last couple of days, so I want to cover them. So one of the first things that a lot of people are asking me, Roger, is there a fast way to learn to read price action? Is there a cheat sheet? Well, the first thing you need to do is there really isn't. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. A lot of time. Also, doesn't Puerto Rico make coffee? Isn't Puerto Rico American? Or am I? It is, right? Puerto Rico. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hawaii and Puerto Rico. Yeah. So we shouldn't be chart for that. Should be okay. Up by $8. No one will notice on the cheap junk from China. Okay. Okay. If you say so. If you say so. There you go, Bodine. That's the way to go. Let me just go to YouTube, make sure everybody's here. There we are. Bill, Jody, David. Yeah, and also the fact that gold is going up is not really good. So, two things. Reading price action. Let me just show you something. And I wish there was a better way to learn this, but it takes a little time. Hey, Cyrus, how are you? Good to see you. So take a look at a stock, and I'm using white background because people do say that the white background. I don't know. I don't drink coffee, so it won't really impact my life. You see how price moves directionally here? Let me go. How it moves for a long time. A good way to determine if you have a good trending stock is to take the 8-day moving average and ask yourself, is the stock holding up against the 8-day moving average, or is it constantly butting against the moving average? Like this price data. Look at this price data. Look at this run here. Is price moving like this, or is price moving like this? Is price moving like this, or is price moving like this? Okay. You don't want to engage in assets. And that's what you're doing. You're engaging. You don't want to engage with assets when price is doing this. If you do, you're not going to have immediate gratification, or it's going to be harder for you to get immediate gratification. You're going to get chopped up. Now, e even if you buy an option here and it expires in 3 weeks, you'll still make money here. It'll just take longer because you have a trend. Mm, John, I used the Williams to help me with the entries, William accumulation method. I found that it works a lot better for taking profits, actually. Bart, toilet paper is made in America. It's not imported from China. Okay. So you want price action like this. Okay. You're welcome, Dylan. Look, there's a lot of people making money on gold. I think you're the best. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. They need to teach economics. So many adults don't even understand the very basic concepts. People are still arguing with me and telling me that tariffs are not taxes. I mean, it's amazing, you know. I ran money with the senior financial advisor to President Trump's and the guy who teaches economics in Colombia, but people still argue about basic economics with me. It's hilarious. Okay, look at this. See how this respects the 8 day? Look for stocks that are respecting the 8 day. If it's going to take you a while to develop your eye, it will take you a little while to develop your eye. It's not unusual for that to happen. It'll take a little time. With that said, look for stocks that are looking like this, not stocks that are looking like this. Okay. Let's take a Dollar Tree. Let's take a look. It's not bad. It's a little gappy, but it's not bad. It could be worse. It could be worse, but it's not great. It's not as good of an example as I just gave you. That's a good example right here. Zoom user, I said 8 day EMA. EMA. Hey, Ken, that's okay. How are you doing, man? Is everything okay? But look at this trend. Do you see this? Do you see how well it respects the 8 day EMA? Do you look at this? How it just goes up. Now, right here, you see how the 8 day is like a crossing, like in the middle of everything? You don't want it. You want to go when it's below the 8, like this. So use the 8 day. If you can't read price action, if you can't read, then you do a debit spread, RV Hannings. Then do debit spreads. It's not that hard. But my point is, this is price action. This is good price action. This is good price action. This is shitty price action. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at Gap. Somebody says Gap. I'll take a quick look at Gap. I haven't looked at Gap in a while. I'll take a look at Gap. It's a little overextended. Look at where it is compared to the 8 day. It's a very nice trend. Look at this trend. But it's a little overextended. And you can see that right here. Right there. See that? Then no soup, RV Hannings. No soup. Listen, not everything is going to work out. You're not missing much. I'm going to tell you right now, the market action is not anything to be desirous of. Nice trend, a little overextended. Okay. And I showed you exactly how to determine if something is overextended or not. Okay, now next question. So you want to look for stocks that are above or below the 8 day EMA with a very nice glide moving higher. And again, I gave you an example, Boeing. And by the way, Matt, we're having a class with Jeffrey. He's launching some products, some triple leveraged ETF product. Can you post the link in the
Yep.
Oh, thank you. He's fast. Look at that. On stocks that look like this. See, gliding along the 8 day EMA. Look at IBM real quick. I'm just giving you some ideas. He's a wild man. Wild man. Yeah, IBM looks good here. Okay. So that's question number one. I'm going to tackle all your questions today. I don't want you guys to be on the wrong side. So that's price action. Always try to be above a 8-day MA. Okay. When to use intraday time frame analysis and when to stick to daily time frame. Okay, let's pull up this. Here's the SPY 5 minutes and here's the SPY daily. Okay. How much time do I spend on this side on the 5-minute chart versus the daily chart? What would you guys say? Brendan says 95. Ken says daily, much less on 5. 0 time unless the right side looks good. Man, I got you. Matt, these people are trained like
Yep.
who said equally? Zen, you haven't been here long enough. I hardly ever look at the 5-minute chart. The only time I look at a 5-minute chart is if I'm already in a stock or if I'm thinking of getting into a stock. I look at the daily chart. But Roger, you day trade all the time. It doesn't matter. I look at the daily chart. When Matt asked me this morning, we were talking about analyzing the
Trading zone.
Trading Zone Live. Yeah, Trading Zone Live. I said start with the daily charts. Find out why are we getting a grouping of winners and a grouping of losers? Start with the daily chart. Start with the daily chart. Start with the daily chart. And I know a lot of you, no, that's not true. I know that very few of you don't look at my tools. And I know, you know how I know? Because you'll ask me to look at a chart and I'll pull it up and the stock will be right at the 200-day moving average, or the 100-day will be right above it. Or it's like, if you looked at my chart, you would know like this, that it's a no-go. So I know a lot of you don't look at my stuff, but you should. And I give you an hour of it every day. And I tell you all the tools I have on there, and none of them are proprietary. They don't cost anything. The daily charts I'm talking about. The daily chart decides 90% of what I do. The 5-minute charts decides when I do it. The 5-minute chart to me is pure noise unless there's something amazing going on the daily chart. Like Richard's a perfect example, Home Depot. Several people ask me, why aren't you buying Home Depot? Why aren't you buying Home Depot? Look, I'll show you why. Not several. Actually, the truth is, I over exaggerate. When I say I get a lot of emails, here's the deal. I'll get one bad email and 100 good emails, and I'll be focused on that one bad email. That's usually what happens. But that's how I'm built. So, see, people were asking me, how come you're not going long Home Depot? Well, look, how can I go long Home Depot? It's got to get past the 200-day moving average. Look what happened to Zim when it couldn't get past the 200-day moving average yesterday. It didn't accept the 200-day moving average. It didn't accept. Now, I'm going to give you guys your most common mistakes. If you can eliminate these mistakes, everything will be much better for you. Like double better for you. Here they are. You ready? Order entry errors account for 20% of all your problems. If you can eliminate your order entry problems, you're already 20% ahead of the curve. The other part is very, very simple. Don't trade during shitty market environments. Most of you, 99% of you overtrade. You overtrade. You trade way too much for no reason. The point of all of this is to make money. The point of this is not to be in a lot of trades. The point is to make money with the least amount of risk. Capiche? So you're over trading. Here, let me write this down. Over trading. What was the first one I said, Matt?
Order entry errors.
Order entry errors. Number 3, you're not looking for the right stocks. You're not picking the right stocks. That's a huge one right there. That one, I'm trying to beat that out of you. You're not picking the right stocks. The right stocks. So if you can avoid over trading, if you can pick the right stocks and you can avoid your order entry errors, your performance would probably go up 50%. 50%. 50%. Probably more. Probably more. We haven't even got there yet, Dave. We haven't even got there yet. We're not even close to there. But do you guys understand? So what's the next thing that you guys do? What's the next biggest thing that you guys do? Huge, huge beginner's mistake. You don't wait for confirmations. You don't wait for confirmations. Yeah, lock FOMO in a box before turning on computer. Bodine, you see, here's the thing with taking small profits too soon. The last couple of months, you were rewarded for taking profits soon. Who said Adam? Adam and Bodine. Adam and Bodine said take small profits too soon. Exit early. I'm going to ask you a question. The last 2 months, do you think that's the case? 2 months before that, maybe. Not the last 2 months. Nope. The last 2 months, completely opposite. Take it where there is. We haven't had any follow through, guys. Look at HG. No. Adam, no. We haven't had any follow through. How can you let your profits run when you don't have any follow through? But Roger, I was taught to let profits run. Let profits run. Let profits run. Well, I got a bigger rule for you. How about following market action and understanding that 70% of everything that happens is determined by the market? And if the market's not trending, you're not going to get any stocks trending. And how about another rule that says there's less than 100 stocks trending one way or the other? What are you going to ride? What are you going to ride? Your butt? Capiche? You understand? Okay, what is price acceptance? Let me show you what price acceptance is. You know how many folks yesterday went long on Zim because they thought Zim was breaking out above the 200-day moving average? 20% and are null for 20% of your errors. Yes, Melvin, all that is great, but not the last 2 months. The last 2 months, you take your profits and run season. And I think anybody would agree with that. Just think about it. Look at our swing trades versus day trades. Yes. Richard, let me repost this so everybody could see it. Yeah. The markets determine when it's time to let profits run and when it's time to let profits not run. Not a book, not some trader who's teaching you his number one setup that works in all market conditions. Do you guys understand? Nothing works in all market conditions.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, nothing works in all market conditions. It doesn't work that way. That's that's listening to morons. If you think
maybe one thing, buy and hold.
Well, of course, sure, that works great over 20, 30 years. Yeah, it works. That works great. You have to act on what you see, not what you hope for. Well, Brett says I long $220 2 months ago when I closed a put and meant to close a call doing ACP. Dummy move, I lost. It's just it happens 20%, guys. You're too focused on the trade. You're not focused on the actual trade. You know what I'm saying? You're focused on the FOMO and you're not focused on the trade. I'm going to give you guys a suggestion. Do you guys have a way to measure your heartbeat? Plug in a heartbeat monitor and look at your blood pressure and look at your heartbeat a minute before 5-10 minutes before you place a trade versus when you're placing a trade and 5 minutes after you place a trade. You don't understand what will happen to your cardiac rhythm. It's going to increase. Richard says, I want to make sure Richard, let me, you're posting this to Richard. It's really good information. I want everybody to read this. Let me repost this to everyone. There you go. It's not just, Ruthie, it's not just stress. It's also excitement. Okay. That's what professional traders do. They put they monitor their heartbeat. You guys think I'm joking? No, It's not a joke. This is a profession. Okay. So this is a perfect lesson. Perfect lesson. What was the stock that I just said right now? Oh, it was Richard. What was the stock you and I were talking about just a minute ago? It was was it Walmart? It wasn't Walmart. It was Home Depot. Home Depot. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Home Depot. So look at Home Depot. Okay. Look at Zim. Yesterday, a lot of people took this stock, but they didn't wait for a confirmation. Okay. Confirmation is very, very important because if you don't have a confirmation, you'll have a lot of false moves. Now, you guys are going to write this down. I'm going to tell you something, and you're going to write this down. They measure it, Christopher. They get it to a point where their heartbeat doesn't change throughout the day, whether they're making money, losing money, putting a trade or not. It's like this. There's no, I'm Wellard, thank you. There's no difference. Here's the deal, guys. Have someone record your facial expressions when you're taking trades. You will not believe the shit that you will see. People who count cards, people who watch other people play poker. Record yourself placing trades. Record yourself trading. You all have tells. You guys know about all this, right? Like, am I opening up America for you guys? Using rhythm equipment, checking your. This is all like this is how you become a trader. This is how you become a trader. This is all part of it. All right. So let me go back to this. A lot of people made a big boo-boo yesterday. They didn't wait to get a 200-day confirmation. You want to wait for things to get confirmation. Jim, it may help you to follow the rules and not bring up stocks that we currently have open in other members area in this program. Thankfully, you did it to host and panelist. But before you ask me to show how I pulled the trigger on a stock, you should first ask yourself if it's a current open position in the members area. And if it is, you shouldn't do what you just did. Okay. So let's continue. But if you want me to, you can send me an email and I'll gladly do it. Okay. Yeah. Wall Street will always watch his blood pressure. Okay. So you see how the stock came right back? You need it. What if anybody who placed this trade yesterday, what did they miss? They didn't wait for a confirmation. What is a confirmation? This is not price acceptance. This is price acceptance. That's the 200. That's price when the low of the day is above the level. The low of the day. Now look at Zim. It didn't accept. It penetrated, but it didn't accept. This becomes an anticipatory trade, not a confirmation trade. What is the difference between confirmation trades and confirmation trades and anticipatory trades? Kirk, how about we stick with my topic instead of asking me about gold stock? What do you think? What do you think? You think we could do that? So what do you guys think? What's the difference between anticipatory trades and confirmation trades? Porkies, losers and gains. Can you expand on that a little bit? Can you expand a little bit? Success rate, okay, maybe. Anticipatory is where you think trade will go. Confirmation shows it. That's 100% sure, true, Stacy. Stacy, this is really good stuff. I wish you posted it for everybody. Let me repost this. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. What you said this morning, shotgun shooter versus sniper. No. Hope versus fact. Okay. Anticipatory is guessing. One is emotional buying. One is safer, maybe. You might miss waiting for confirmation, but your ratio will be much better. Okay. Hope, guess, speculation. Okay, feeling versus facts, anticipatory. Ooh, here we go. Farid, confirmation. Yes. Farid actually got it 100%. Farid actually answered the question exactly. And he posted it for everybody to see. Farid, you got to come hang out here more often. You actually follow instructions. I love that. No, neither is right or wrong. There is no right and wrong. Anticipatory trades will have higher, you'll make more money, but you'll have a lower win rate. Confirmation trades, you'll make less money, but you'll have a higher win rate. Can you guess what type of trades we do in the pit most of the time? Yes, confirmation trades. This is an anticipatory trade. See? Confirmation trades. I just gave you guys a lot of value right now. All right. Well, I think we gave enough lessons. Let me show you stocks that I'm looking at right now. I'll actually see if we can find some options for them. There's not a lot. I don't have a lot of stocks. So you guys understand there is no right and wrong. There is no right and wrong. One will give you higher winners, higher win rate. Your profit factor will be higher, but your win rate will be lower. The other one, your win rate will be higher, but your profit factor will be lower. If I was a beginner, I would much, much more be interested in confirmation trades because you need to replace all that post-traumatic stress disorder you guys got from all those huge losers into something more meaningful. There are many wide spreads right now because the markets are extremely. I haven't even really looked at the markets the last 15, 20 minutes. Are we still in that trade, Matt?
Yep.
Oh boy. All right.
We have to go somewhere to get out. Winner or loser.
No, of course, of course. How are we doing? Oh, we're just kind of sitting there, huh?
We're basically flat.
Yeah. Yeah. I use my trading experience mostly to trade. Good, Cyrus. I should hope so. I should hope so. Let's see. Ooh, we got 95 in YouTube. All right, let me give you guys some stocks. Short stocks. And if you don't trade today, trust me, that'll be okay too. It's a shitty trading action. What did this stock doing? It broke the low. It actually broke the low. Now, I would wait for it to break a little more, but it is below the VWAP. This looks like a pretty... Right here, 87.50 puts. Think about this. This is a $77 stock. And these options are... no, there's no liquidity here. There's no liquidity here. Forget it. You'll have to do the underlying. He's talking about spreads between the bid and the offer. Sylvia, it really helps when you post for everyone so everyone can see you so people can actually help you and answer your questions. Just saying, Sylvia. That would be my if I had a question for Richard, I would actually want him to see it. Don't you want him to see it, Sylvia? He's talking about these spreads right here. And they're actually not that wide. Markets makers not being a pain in the butt. I would do this one right here, 85, right here. You're only paying about 50 cents for this option. No, Roger, we're paying $8.50. No, you're paying about 53 cents. Because $7.97 is intrinsic value. Take care, Adam. Tell mom we all said hello. Give her a big kiss and tell her we all said hello. Nothing like moms. Nothing like moms. I actually saw my mom a few days ago. It was nice. Saw my mom and dad a few days ago. They were visiting with us to see our kids. It was the first time all of my 3 kids were in the same house in 9 months. 1750 put right here on HP.
That is the funny thing I've noticed. Not that my parents don't love me, but they seem a lot more interested to come see me now since my daughter was born.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You become a lot more valuable once you have kids. And they'll take as many as you can give. Yeah, kids are awesome. Yeah, grandkids. Hey, I got three kids. I'm in line. I need to get some grandkids. Maybe that'll get me away from the market a little bit, you know? Maybe they'll be interested in learning about the market. Get to it. Gitano, I said I'm done. Kitchen's closed. I'm in my wife and I we're gonna my wife is gonna be 55. I'm gonna be 55 this year. I'm gonna be getting discount at the movie theaters. Yeah, oh, I bet. 16 grandchildren. Oh my goodness
Wow.
gracious. That's all right, let's look at longs, okay? This one looks good. Let's go to calls. Definitely accepting higher price. That's a gap and go. I'm really looking forward to becoming a granddad and spending time with my grandchildren. I'm very much looking forward to that. Very excited about that part of our life. 105 calls on five, FIVE. Yeah, that's fantastic. You know, my children have zero interest in the markets. One is going to be a vet, the other one's going to be a lawyer, and I don't know what Rachel's going to be, but they have no zero interest in the. I mean, when I say zero, I mean zero interest in the market. Not even a question here and there. Nothing. Like it doesn't exist. Burns a hole through my heart. 71 Delta, 50 right here. Yeah, maybe when they're older, maybe when they're making money, you know? They're too busy with school. 50 call on CCJ. No interest whatsoever. NTR. This is a nice looking stock. It hasn't really been on my radar. I don't even know why. I started out with interest and then learned to love it. Yeah. Yeah, see iPhone, my kids didn't tell me anything like that when they were 13. They were telling me how they want to be doctors and lawyers. So my kids not being interested in the market, Art, that burns a hole in my heart. They have no interest in what I do. No interest in what I do. They never come into my office. They never ask me questions. No, I mean, we have a great relationship. Just they don't, to them, this is like daddy's work, you know? 69 Delta, 57 call. Yeah, there you go, Melvin. It's not even about supporting. It's just they have no interest in it. I didn't do a HP. Oh, HP, yes, we did. I thought you meant Home Depot. Yeah, HP, yes. HP put was uh 1750. All right, next one is Boeing. Boeing. 24 days out, 74 Delta, 200 call. Yeah. Clyde is very interested. Clyde is very interested. Clyde can't get enough out of it. Ulta looks pretty good here. We got a little resistance, so I would be cautious with this. I would wait for us to get above this level right here. It's too much stuff here. Yeah, that's the next. I'll give it to you anyway, but I would be very careful here. Too spready. Forget it. Let's just forget it. Professor Season is going to present Fiddler on the Roof. Man, I used to live right across the street from there. Be patient, your grandkids will want everything between your ears. I hope so, Carlos. I hope so. I have a lot of good memories at CSUN. I didn't go there. My girlfriend at the time went to CSUN, and I lived across the street when I had it where I started my first office. When I moved in with my wife before we bought our house, we lived right across the street. And then I bought my house off of Lawson too, which is right that big street. I still like IBM, even though it's down. I still like it. Now, let's assume this is a moving average here. See how slowly it's accepting price? The low is now above this area. That's price acceptance. 90% of folks who think that something went above a level don't wait for it to accept that level. I'm going to say it again. 90% of you who, it's above the 200. Roger says it's got to be above the 200. No. It's got to accept above 200. Otherwise, you're going to be in this situation. It looked really good yesterday morning. I know a lot of pros who jumped into this stock, and look where it is right now. It didn't accept. In this kind of market, you want to wait for acceptance. And acceptance works to the downside too. So let's say this is the level right here, right? For example, just hypothetically, let's say this is the level. This is not acceptance yet. This is acceptance right here. See how the high is below the area? And here you want the low to be above that area, okay? Next one, MTZ, actually last one. MTZ right here. Good, 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 good. In the IBM example, do you wait for the close of the red candle? Yeah, but IBM, like, let's look at IBM. IBM's already like, look, it closed 1 day above this line. It closed 2 days above this line. It's already 2/3 or another third day, and it's still above that line. It's fair to say that price accepted this level. I mean, maybe it'll pull back, but right now, price accepted this level, whatever that level may be. Okay. IBM was 24 days out. I would do a spread. I would buy the 265 and sell the 275 for less than $5. And I know you could do this for less than $5. Yeah, pink sparkles. And the last was MTZ. Now, there are other good stocks, but I tried to pick the best ones for you. I like this stock. I like the stock. Here, let me just try something. See, when I put the VWAP here, it's accepting the area above the VWAP. The low today is above the VWAP. Now, you'd be taking a chance because it could still go lower today, but that's a good start. That's acceptance right here. That's acceptance right there. And again, there's nothing wrong with being an anticipatory trader. Just know that you're going to have more losers. Use tighter stops, but you'll have more upside. If you're a confirmation trader, you're not going to be taking as risky trades. So it's just and very important. You know, all of you are now using Trader Sync, right? Right? You're all tracking your trades. You need to put in there if it's an anticipatory trade or a confirmation trade, A or C. And then you're going to look at all of your anticipatory trades, and then you're going to look at all your confirmation trades, and you're going to see where you're making more money. Capiche? Now, Matt, can you go? Can you, how far do you go to get $5 on the, I went about 24 days out, 30 days out. Here, why do I have to guess? I could just tell you. I think it was either, you can go 31 days or 24 days. I wouldn't go on a debit spread too far. I like to go on individual options far. On a debit spread, you can go, say 17 days is fine. Because you want that premium on the one you're selling. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to have a class with Jeffrey in 14 minutes. I hope all of you come. Matt's going to post the link again. It's going to be a very cool class. And that's about it. And if you're long the SPY right now from our trading zone trade, how long have you been holding that trade, Matt?
A little while. We haven't gone anywhere.
I know. It's just funny. All right, guys. I told him, I said, Matt, close the damn thing out with the winner and get back in. He doesn't listen to anything I say. I'll talk to you guys out. What was the trade tracker? Trader Sync, Shannon. Trader Sync. Brandon, because we've been just doing too much other stuff. We'll get back into it. We will. All right. Cheers. Bye. I'll talk to you later. I'll be back in 13 minutes with Jeffrey. All right. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you soon. He's talking about us doing season. We used to do seasonality the last 10, 15 minutes. We should do it at least once a week, Matt. You know? Maybe on Fridays. You know?
Fridays is a good day.
Fridays. We'll start doing seasonality again on Fridays, because then we could do it for the full week ahead. All right, guys. I'll be back in 12 minutes with Jeffrey. I need to stretch out for my back. I promised my doctor I would stand up and do 10 minutes of walking every hour. I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day. Bye. I'll see you in just a few minutes. Bye. That was a good session, Matt. Good session.